Okay, this is lesson 2 here. Actually, this logically would probably precede lesson 1, which was actually doing a post. Before you do a post, you need to have registered. And I did that before recording that last one because the point of the last one is to show just how easy posting is. And so this time I'll talk a little bit about registration and what NAV registration does is create a profile for each user. And that happens by clicking the register button here and then filling in the details. However, in your case, I have already created a profile so that I could do the last demonstration. So what we can do is I'll show you the profile that you already have and how to change it, which you will want and need to do rather soon. Okay, so we're going to sign you in by clicking the sign in button. And as you saw, the username I gave you before was Angela with a capital A. And at the moment, you have no password. So one of the first things you're going to want to do when we get to your profile is to assign yourself a password. So we will sign in here. And here we are back in the main menu. It is saying hello to you since you're signed in. And what we want to do now is go to your profile. And since you haven't loaded a selfie yet, the width of your selfie is defined in terms of how much of the screen width you want it to occupy, which after you've loaded it, you can adjust by moving the slider around. So you've got a name, a member, a user type, and I've got you set up as a member at the moment. Maybe one of these days we want to add another member type of instructor or something of that sort. Your email address and your telephone number, which I've picked up from the emails, and then you have a area that you can use to tell the world a little bit about yourself. Kind of like when you're posting, you can use HTML or just plain text up there, and it will echo underneath this HTML displayed colon what it will actually look like once it's being displayed. And the HTML is okay. And then you've got, in case you ever forget the password that you have assigned yourself, you can enter a security question, any question you like, just so long as you're likely to remember the answer and the answer that goes with it. And so if you ever try and sign in and say, oops, forgotten my password, you can go through the I forgot the password dialog, and it'll ask you the security question, and you put in the answer, and it'll let you in. And this is where you get to load a picture of yourself, a selfie, and then lastly, but not leastly, is where you type in your, create your password. And you have to type it in twice. And when you've got them in twice, the two have to match each other. Otherwise, it won't let you out of this. And when you're all done with that, then you click submit, and it will leave you in the state of being signed in. And you really don't need to sign out. You can, the system will remember who signed in from the device you're on until the next time. So next time you get in, you're automatically signed in, unless there really is no reason why you ever need to sign out, unless you're about to pass your device off to someone else and you don't want them to be able to mess with your blog entries on Chatham Sailing Club. So that is really all there is to know, I think, about the user profile, other than perhaps you might want to know that you can view all of the current users by clicking on this users top menu item, and it will show you the users profiles. For instance, there's me, and there's Ed Owens, and Charlotte Dixon, and Todd, who prefers to call himself Race Committee rather than Todd. And that's okay. You could do the same thing, call yourself an instructor for sailing school, whatever. And then Lily, I know, Jessica, Brian Palmer. Oh, and seeing Brian kind of brings something else to mind. When Brian loaded his photo, which he had taken with an iPhone, it actually displayed it first, tilted 90 degrees so that the top of his head was pointing to the left and off, and it took me a while to figure out that iPhones are slightly strange beasts, and I ultimately did figure out how to rotate his photograph to the upright position. If you encounter a similar problem, just shoot me a text and I'll fix it for you. It seems that Apple products try to give an indication to browsers or whatever is displaying the photo, a hint as to which direction is up, but it doesn't do it quite right. Not the first time that Apple has screwed up. And I have to run a program that I found that undoes its Appleness and turns it into a more ordinary photo, which can be rotated by ordinary photo editors, and then I can rotate it so that it looks right. But it's probably easier just to pass it to me in an email if that should afflict you, and I'll fix it for you. If it continues to happen frequently, I may actually write a blog post explaining how it's done. It involves downloading a program from the internet, running it, and then also running some kind of a photo editor, which I can also describe the download process for, and then rotating it so the right end is up. But yeah, as long as it doesn't happen to me too often, I don't mind just fixing them as they occur. Okay, I do believe that's all I've got for this lesson. And I'll send this one off to you as well. Hope that gets you going.